So what is product market fit? Let's try and look at some of the details. And this is very simple word definition which I've tried to coin. Uh, Product market fit is a stage in product journey when there is evidence to believe that product is getting love from many users and they can't imagine their life without it, right? So essentially, if you look at the words in green, you need an evidence to believe that a product is getting love, right? And that's why measuring, consumer feedback, what they're saying about your product, what it means to them is very, very important. And it's a stage. It's not, product market fit is not like it happens once. It's like a milestone and then everything changes, right? It's like it's a journey, and you will feel when your product is gaining that traction from users, you getting a lot of signals from the market that your product is now adding value to many lives, right? But the big word here is it has to be a journey wherein people start to link this product that of yours to their life so much that they say that, hey, if this was taken away from us, we'll be very, very disappointed, right? And this fits in one of the ways of measuring product market fit. I'll get to that later. But essentially, it's about finding that early set of users which like your product, which are early adopters, which give you feedback and help you build this product together. So when you see a semblance of product market fit, you expect things to change, right? And things change in many ways. If you scale your product, do more, then the market starts responding as well. There is enough pull from the market that you would see your product making a difference on its own as well. So you can expect more from the market. You can expect more love, more affection, more actions from your users. And essentially, it's time that you can, go further into your growth journey. So, and product market fit from a product perspective is not like you've achieved it once and then you're sorted for life, right? It is something that you have to evolve. You'll have to keep at it. Changing times, the change needs of the markets change, and hence your product has to also evolve. So PMF continues to, be a part of your product journey, but unless you start to see that first semblance, then, if you put in money, it's gonna go down the drain, right? So it's the time when you can think about growth. It's the first piece of semblance that yes, what you built means something to many people, right? There are many industry definitions. I took these 5 from Product Board. You can just have a look. Basically, product market fit is identifying a compelling value hypothesis, right? So there is a value hypothesis in terms of what the product means, what you have built. Is it generating value to somebody? And there is also growth hypothesis in the space that you test. You test out whether people are willing to if it's a paid product, whether some of them are willing to pay for it. What do they say? What do they want more from you? So it's just that phase where you build that value hypothesis together with users, right? It's when you build something that people want, as I mentioned, right? You find takers for your product. You really don't have to push. You find that people come in, people start to just notice your product, adopt it, and give some feedback, tell others about it. And that there was a problem that you tried to solve, and now it's kind of gotten into a right solution as well. So in general, product market fit is not like a blanket thing. It has very, very unique phases. So you test out first your product promise, then you go into finding the right solution. You try and find the right solution fit. So essentially, it's when you have the right solution to a problem that was worth solving. And if you go deeper into those words, if the problem wasn't worth solving, you will not find users in the market. If you not build the right solution, then the problem was there to solve, but people don't like your solution. So essentially, both things have to come together. And essentially, the fourth part is very, very interesting, right? It's like when people love your product, what do? They start telling others. You look at any product that you use in current life, which you like so much. WhatsApp, you look at Facebook, you look at Slack in your professional lives, you look at Dropbox, you look at Google, any product that you have liked, you started using, and you like it so much, then you start to tell others, and that's when a product really starts to grow organically, right? And massive pull from the market. The fifth line is something which underlines that. that you've demonstrated that there is demand, you're producing this product, or it's available in the market and it's just taking off. So the supply from your side is less than actually what the demand is. Whatever you produce is just taken away, right? So that's a good thing. You then finding that pull from the market. So, but there's a very interesting analogy that I want to put in here. I compare a new product with a baby, an infant, right? All of this that we talked about in the definition of product market fit, it doesn't happen on day one. Like a small child, he doesn't go to school, dance class, sports academy, art class all on day one. Similarly, a product doesn't start acquiring users, showcasing virality, and becoming super engaging and monetizable all on day one. You'll have to be patient, right? Like you groom a child via food, via training, via experiments, and you keep patience, perseverance. Similarly, on the product side, it's about discoverability, it's about features, it's about experiments, and it again requires patience and perseverance. So it's a journey. It's not like you build something and it's there. You start seeing those traits. Kids start to, some kids start to talk first, some walk first, some start eating very different things, the early stage. Similarly, with a product, some products will display good signs on adoption, some will have lower early adoption, but people you see who have adopted will engage more. Some products may not be monetizable from day one. You'll have to, try and build a full workflow around it. So a product has an evolution path. It doesn't show the same affinity towards all goals. Similarly, a child is not a finished article immediately, right? It's in due course of time. And even when children grow up, they're not equally good on dance, arts, and sports. Similarly, a product will never be like one product which is super on, monetization, engagement, adoption. All of that is very, very difficult, right? So products evolve in a certain trajectory and it has an evolution path, which means that we need to find the dimensions which suit the product the best. You will have to find what your product is doing well. You will have to track how it's doing on each of these axes. But most importantly, you'll have to ask and collect feedback so that you can work on it, right? Again, compare it to a small child. When the child starts going to school, you try and talk to the teacher, you try and understand the feedback, and then you work on it, right? You try and teach your child those things which he or she is lacking, right? So you keep tracking, you keep asking for feedback, but you don't let it just flow. You develop that path. Similarly, with a product, you supplement it where it's falling short. You try and take feedback, you iterate, you keep doing the basic things. Like for a kid, the food, the education, everything continues, right, as a hygiene thing. Similarly, for a product, the basic, consumer insight workflows, your ability to iterate, trying to, build the best product, whatever technology you're using, defining it, the early stage, quickly pivoting, those happen, right? But you have to persist, you have to try hard wherever and whenever you feel like in the product market fit journey, you find a product, you will find aha moments. You will also find, it may be 1 or 2 days, it may be periods wherein you are just thinking that it's not happening, right? But you'll have to try harder. You'll have to get back to the users. You'll have to understand what they're saying, why they're not liking it. You'll have to, basically make it work. And if it continues to fail on one axis, you'll have to focus on another axis, right? Essentially, if you look at some products, right, as I was saying, they may not be monetizable on day one, but they may do super adoption, right? So you'll have to look at them as user acquisition part. But then, one axis, other axis, you'll have to balance things. But if it doesn't perform, then obviously you'll have to switch your focus to other products, right? So a lot of this is very common with what we see in our personal lives, and that's how products operate as well. It's a journey, it's a push, it's a path. You'll have to, keep at it.